Professor Guglielmo of Cyber Law Scientific School presents the concept of the Universal Digital Civil Code of the European Union and Central Asia. In the context of digitalization and high technologies, the purpose of the report is to draw attention to the current state, problems and gaps of civil legislation complicated by a digital element, not only in the countries of the European Union or Central Asia, but also to propose a number of new technological and legal principles and tools for its improvement. So, every day the digitalization of everything is rapidly gaining momentum. Neither national nor international lawmaking can keep pace with high technologies and the changing trends of relations in cyberspace. Constantly appearing new subjects, artificial intelligence, information and technology intermediaries, interactive platforms, etc. New objects, digital property, bots, social media accounts, cryptocurrency, results and intellectual property products created by AI, etc. New forms of civil legal relations, metaverse, smart contracts, social networks, emoji, online finance, fintech, etc. And new ways to protect them, online justice, AI mediation, online voting, ratings, user comments, discussion platforms, intra-organizational regulation and much more, which have not found their full reflection in the legislation of the European Union and Central Asia. Also, gaps in regulation lead to a vague system with inconsistent policies that can make it difficult for users, or the public, to understand what is legal and what is illegal behavior in cyberspace. This is confusing to both users and authorities regarding enforcement actions regarding civil transactions, privacy, information sharing, and other online activities. As we can see, emerging new or transforming, under the influence of digitalization and cross-border, socialization and religiosity, civil law relations urgently require state intervention in their legal regulation in order to ensure the protection of the rights and legitimate interests of their citizens and organizations. A rational solution would be the creation of a joint model digital civil code, the purpose and objectives of which are to modify and unify the existing principles and norms of civil law. The conceptual basis of the code will be the definition in the EU plus CA states of joint new fundamental principles and legal structures that will model the foundations and vectors of the targeted development of the public administration system in the field of civil law, complicated by digital and technological elements, as well as emerging and transforming modern civil law relations in cyberspace. The code will set the boundaries of acceptable behavior, provide protection against illegal actions, guarantee the confidentiality of users' personal data, cybersecurity, provide a wider range of human rights and freedoms, and much more. The proposed code will lay the foundation for new principles and methods for protecting civil rights, such as legislation for the future, not just now. Balance of rights and interests. Balance between the collection, exchange and protection of information. Balance between transparency and secrecy. Balance between civil and religious views. Balance between national security and privacy. Establishing ethical standards in freedom of expression and freedom to use information, big data. Open source software with access to information, while establishing strict responsibility for the code, and not just for its action. The right to be forgotten online. Protection and responsibility against cyber threats, including artificial intelligence and Internet of Things devices and much more. The main purpose of this concept is to try to propose a mechanism for the development and adoption of a modernized civil code demanded by society and the state. Based on the analysis of international studies, it was found that the introduction of new principles in the regulation of civil relations will positively affect on morality, education and the development of society, on industry sectors of the economy and social sphere, on the justice system, public administration and more. Summing up, we can conclude that in modern society there has long been a need to regulate new rights and freedoms of cyberspace, the spontaneous development of which is of great concern not only to researchers and practitioners in this field. Since global digitalization and automation is inevitable, the world must prepare for these futuristic changes. Adapting a model digital civil code can be a good way to help states make the transition from analog to digital, from the individual to the social, smoother and more efficient.